Welcome back. The SGX Nifty is curiously quiet. Asian markets are not bad today, and of course the US market closed at 5-year highs, but we are up just 8 points. Maybe the pre-opening will be a bit better than what the SGX is suggesting. Though Friday's close was not very encouraging. Tirthankar Patnaik of Religare has joined in. Tirthankar, morning. It's been a very tired looking market out here for the last few weeks. Do you expect it to pick up going into the budget?
I think so, yes. Basically, markets seem to have taken a breather after the RBI credit policy news came through, and there was a lot of profit booking as well, buy on the rumor, sell on the news. But I guess as the market goes into the budget session, there are expectations built in. The finance minister has committed that 5.3% would be a number that they would be meeting any which way. So that would be the next trigger for the markets going forward, yes.
Tirthankar, morning. What do you make of this quantum of domestic selling? Is it still a redemption issue? Are people parking cash in order to subscribe to some of the government paper that's hitting in the next month and a half? What's causing this 1,000 crore outflow every day?
I think it's both, and the second part is then again basically the markets have reached 20,000 levels after third time in a matter of 4 years, and every time they reach this level there is some uncomfort, there is some discomfort with the retail public. So a lot of people have actually seen their capital values just being got after 4 years. So redemption pressures are likely to continue at this point, and overall weakness in the economy has also meant that inflows are at a premium at this point. So we expect some discomfiture at this level to continue. It would probably take outperformance for another year, in my opinion, maybe around till the third quarter or so, if the market is up around 20% or 25% for the retail interest to actually come back. Until then, you are likely to see this pressure going forward as well.
What did you take away from the BHEL numbers, Tirthankar, and would you continue to have a bearish stance on that name?
Oh, absolutely. Our analyst has been spot on over all these years. Basically FY13 order book is hardly 25,000 crores. Compare that to last year's the FY12 number of 55,000 crores. We don't expect order inflows to pick up until FY15 at least. That's when the 12th 5-year plan ordering will start. So to that extent, we expect the stock to languish around these levels. We have a target price of 200 for the stock, and we maintain sell order. So you're not really expecting the investment cycle to pick up anytime soon, and therefore BHEL is likely to remain under pressure for that particular reason.
You have a sell on Axis Bank though, Tirthankar, a bank that managed to successfully raise a huge pile of cash for itself with some institutional investors. What's the concern over there?
Axis Bank has done fairly well. Capital raising was complete success. What we have been concerned from the beginning is on its asset quality. We believe that asset quality issues in the bank are likely to dog it going forward as well. It's basically a macro call. We're not looking at more than 5.5% for FY13 GDP, and that number is likely to increase only to about 5.8% in FY14. So macro concerns remain. Axis Bank has thus far maintained its numbers, but we believe that given the chunky nature of its book, you might see issues going forward, and so to that extent we maintain sort of hold on the stock. I think most of the upsides in the stocks are likely priced in, and we're not seeing up much going forward.
The stock which did quite well post results is Cummins. You guys are constructive on that name?
Absolutely. Cummins is our topic in the capital goods space. We expect it to go to, we've just recently rolled over our target price to about 585, and we expect it to go to that level in about 8 to 9 months. So you should see 600 odd levels on this stock in a 12 months period.
You're buying some of these consumer type stories like Titan, Tirthankar. You're confident that the next year or so will remain as robust for them as the past couple have?
See, Titan we like as a structural story. So we maintain our positive stance on it. Basically, India's gold consumption, discretionary consumption, movement towards organized jewelry, all these factors are in favor of Titan, and especially as a specialty retail as well. What we like in the near term in the consumer sector is only Dabur and Emami. And for the rest, we believe that valuations are not really in favor at this point. Dabur and Emami, Dabur has been the sole stock that has shown not just volume improvement but also margin improvement, something that rest of the FMCG pack has not been able to do. We had a volume volume disappointment with HUL, and what's essentially happening is that the slowdown in the economy is now filtering through to consumption. It is showing off. You've also seen that from a macro top-down level on inflation numbers, where core inflation is coming down now for the last 2 months at less than 5% odd levels. So there are stocks, whichever are stocks which are able to buck this trend would be our favorites at this point. And from a top-down perspective, Dabur and Emami fit that bill.
Crude has reached $117 again, Tirthankar. Would you expect to see the oil marketing companies make those small adjustments to diesel even before the budget, so that people are convinced that the process is well underway?
Well, your guess is as good as mine. Diesel has been deregulated now. Petrol was deregulated in June of 2010. It took about 2 years before oil marketing companies were able to make changes in petrol prices at a high enough frequency that the market failed to register and protest or cheer at any point in time. I think for diesel, they have taken the first hike of 40 odd paise. The government has recently come out and said that OMCs don't really need to take its permission before making further changes. From our view, our base case is that you should see some changes at least in the first half of the year until we get closer to the election. So for the market, if these companies are able to take a couple of hikes of 40 odd paise, once or twice, that will be a big cheer from the fisc side that yes, these numbers are actually going to come through, and secondly for the OMC pack, which is considerably trading below the levels that it has traded over the last 4-5 years, it will be a big leg up as well. So the market needs to see that these changes actually come through.
The NTPC issues coming in a week or so, Tirthankar. In March there will be MMTC, SAIL, RCF, all of them. Which of these do you think will see a strong response, and are people enthused now about government paper as opposed to the experience last year?
I think if the oil sale is anything to go by, there is appetite in the markets. We have maintained that equity supply is likely to be large in the next 6 to 8 months, but given the quantum of flows, this is not likely to change or switch the direction of the secondary market. There will be enough flows if the government continues the rhetoric on reforms and if the global backdrop remains favorable. So to my mind, all of these issues should have a favorable response, NTPC particularly so.
What are you buying in autos, Tirthankar, now? Because there the numbers from many clusters are quite weak, with the exception being M&M, which is still doing very well on UVs. What would you, if you had to be in autos, what would you buy?
So M&M, UV sales were amazing. What we are pushing is basically M&M. We're pushing Bajaj, we're pushing Tata Motors. Other than M&M, where we are pushing it as a as a domestic play, we prefer global plays like Tata Motors and Bajaj because of its export-driven and higher margins over Maruti, where we believe the play is essentially a realization play. It's basically a yen play, which is supporting the stock right now. Volume growth levels are considerably lower. We have a 6% YTD number, and for FY14 as well, as the management has pointed out, you're not likely to see more than 5 to 6% on volumes. So we prefer clearly Tata Motors at this level over Maruti, and Bajaj over Hero Honda. Today, with the Hero Honda numbers, you might see some support for the stock coming in, but we believe it's inventory build-up, and these numbers should start rationalizing in a couple of weeks, and we maintain our preference for Bajaj in the two-wheelers.
From the PSU banks, what would you buy now, Tirthankar, especially given the correction that they've been through these last few weeks?
So PSU banks, we like Dena, Bank of India. Bank of Baroda is reporting today. We also like the stock there, and SBI remains our pick.
Thanks, Tirthankar, for joining in today with your views. PN Vijay has also joined in now. Vijay, morning. What's sapping the market of energy, you think? Because we got a rate cut, global